All right, so like, how many of these can I make before you all get sick of them? Cause like, it is October 6th. I have released 4 stories of varying lengths. And I've loved every minute of it. But also I don't want to burn everybody out. I mean, look, I'm making art that people enjoy consuming. And so it's like, all right, well, nobody owes me anything, by watching this stuff. I mean, it's if people are watching, obviously, it's because they're interested and because they're enjoying it. Nobody's doing me a favor, right? But at the same time, I don't know, you put something out on the internet because you want a reaction, because you want other people to see it. And if you put too much out, there's no way everyone's going to see it. If I released an hour-long story every hour, then there would be no way anyone could ever get through it, right? So that's bad, obviously. We all agree on that. But also, releasing an hour-long story once a year is like a bummer. That's way less than I want to release, right? So the question is, how much can I release? How frequently can I release without burning out all of you? I am wildly unpredictable. There's just no way to know how I'm going to feel in a month. So I am far be it from me to promise anything, because I know by now, artistically, I don't function that way. But I don't see any sign of stopping. Right now, I'm writing a story. It's going to be 2 hours long, give or take. That's about all I can say about it. I don't want to spoil it. I think it's pretty good. I think there's some parts that are really great, actually. It has some really good commentary in there. Really great character duo. And conveys a lot of ideas that I've been wanting to convey for a long time about 2 characters that I have endless thoughts about, and they're both mains in the story. So I love it, and it's going to be about 2 hours. And I don't know when it's going to come out. I suspect, at the rate I'm going, probably in the next few days. But can I drop a 2-hour story right after all this other stuff and not burn everybody out? That's my question, right? If I'm releasing 10 to 20 audio stories a month, is that too much? That's a genuine question, right? Because I don't want to overdo it. I'm not used to this, okay? I'm used to struggling to get something out. And I suppose I should go into why things are suddenly different now. Because, all right, I've released 4 stories in a short time. This is not typically the way my channel operates. Typically, I release a thing once a year, and then the rest of the year is peppered with live streams and random little kind of experimental videos and rather lukewarm stuff, right? So why is it that all of a sudden I've released a few, maybe not hard-hitting productions, but good ones, in such a short stretch of time? It's because I have found my medium. And I guess I should say I've rediscovered my medium, because I have always preferred to just write things down and leave it at that. On my DeviantArt, which I started in 2011, I think I started it even before I had a YouTube. I wrote over 70 Cars fan fictions, because, of course, I was tremendously into Disney Pixar Cars. I still am. But that's not what this channel is known for now, despite the iconography that would point in another direction. So why is it that I was so wildly prolific on there? Well, it's because that was, in hindsight, that was the way that I naturally write, I have ideas very quickly, and I can type just about as quickly. So if I'm having visions about the characters and I know where I want the story to go, I can just put it down right there, and then it's there. It exists. It's done. But when I made Pacifics, when I started making kind of really serious Thomas kind of films, on this channel, and I mean serious. I mean, it was, most people in this world would not call that serious. It's a bunch of wooden trains with paper faces on them. But to me, that was serious. That was saying, okay, I'm not gonna dick around anymore. I'm actually going to, I'm gonna go out of my way to build models, to build sets, to plan everything out in advance, and to execute the plan. That was what changed when I did Pacifics and everything that came after it, the 4 episodes of my original series, and and Salty Story, and the couple parts of Farquhar Like, they were all in that vein of like serious filmmaking, even though it's not what you would call serious filmmaking. But for me, it was different than the kind of fluid, kind of experimental style I'd done up until that point. Because none of you knew about me in 2011, okay? You found out about me in 2016 because I started doing Thomas videos that actually had a wider following, right? And when that happened, I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this forever. And so everything I ever made after that point had to be a film. Everything was written like a script. And it was, it's taken me this long to realize how draining that is. And don't get me wrong, I love filmmaking. I think it's a really, really cool thing to do. I think it's a tremendously powerful medium. I think it is the most powerful medium, but it is also the most demanding. It is literally every form of art all rolled into one. It's visual arts, it's sculpture, it's model making, it's acting, voice acting, it's writing, storytelling, it's everything that is film exclusive, like cinematography and just kind of getting a sense of how do I make this written word that claims that this character acts this way? How do I make that obvious on screen without any narration? Those are a lot of skills that you have to pour into a film, and it makes filmmaking extremely demanding. And I've kind of known for a few years now that was my problem. But it's very hard to give up on that, when like you've been making film like the kind of focus of your life for years. Like, you can't immediately just drop it. But I have. And that's the thing, is I'm not saying I won't make films again. I have ideas. I have ones that sound really fun to me that I want to get to eventually. But they're no longer I no longer expect them to happen. There's not an expectation for them. That's the thing. I no longer feel the need to turn a story into a film to get it out there. Because I cannot overstate how crushing it is to have all of these really, really powerful ideas that just make you feel something. And then you put it on paper and you wait 2 months while you sculpt 1,000 wheels out of cardboard. And then you get to tell people about it. It sucks. Now, when I come up with an idea, I write it down and I tell everybody the next day, because that's how it should be, I mean, and in that way, sure, I like filmmaking, I dabble in it. It is not the thing I excel at. It is not the thing I'm extraordinarily passionate about. Storytelling is the thing that gets my gears turning, right? And that's what I've been doing. And I realized with Long Live the Iron Horse and with The Token that there was actually an audience for it. Because I didn't fully recognize that I could write the ideas down and they would hit just as hard as if I put them on screen. I genuinely thought these ideas wouldn't hit unless I did a really complicated film to convey them. I realize now that that's not the case, and now the gloves are off. So, I don't know. Do you want a story every few days? I'm not promising that. But I want to know, do people want that?